Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Speaker and Author Success webinar series. I am one of your hosts, Lawrence J. Clark, and our other host is on the other line. Would you like to say hello, other host?
Well, hello, everyone. Glad to see you back again with us tonight. Should be fun and exciting and fast-paced like it has been.
Great. And so that voice on the other line, if you don't recognize it, is my lovely wife, Kristen, whose face you can see next to mine in the picture on your screen. And we're going to be, she's going to be teaching you something really, really cool tonight, something that I've always wanted to learn how to do. And I'm really excited because she figured out how to do it. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll let her do that.
Well, you're in luck, that's for sure.
Great.
If you've always wanted to know how to do it, you're in luck.
Well, I'm already in luck because I'm married to you. So, yeah.
Good answer.
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay. Anyway, so just to let you all know, also, sometimes when we do these webinars, we are in the same house. We are, Kristen is in one room, and I'm in the other room upstairs or in the bedroom, and she might be out in the dining room somewhere or in the office room. But right now, we're actually coming to you from two different states. Kristen is in Houston, Texas, and I am, sorry, Kristen, but I am here up at our lovely mountain cabin up in the mountains in New Mexico.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, well, she'll be up here pretty soon too. So, but tonight she happens to be coming to you from Houston, and I'm coming to you from near somewhere in a secret location between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
7,600 feet high up in the air. I think it was 76 degrees when I last checked, and humidity, really high humidity today. I think it's about 3%.
Yeah, if you know Houston at all, you can relate to how funny that is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's probably 93% or more in
yeah,
today.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, so just a little bit about us before we get started. Most of you who are on here are here because you know us and you like us and you love us, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Are they typing? I can't see her. They'll type, yes, we love you guys. Yes, of course.
They're just pouring in love and gratitude is pouring in.
I am feeling the love.
Well, that's right. Well, anyway, but seriously, we sort of know what we're doing. And Kristen has 25 years of sales, marketing, and business planning and strategy experience. She is also a published author with several books. She's a sought-after public speaker and speaks to lots of different groups around the country. And she's also a confidence and business coach. And if you don't know what a confidence coach is, you need to find out. and just ask her. Send her an email, and she'll tell you all about that. And I am, well, many things. I've been called many things in my life. Some of them I'll claim. Some of them I'd rather not. But among some of those, I am a certified sales trainer. I am an author, also a speaker. I'm a college professor. I teach English and writing and also public speaking. And both of us also have our own online businesses, among them being doing these weekly webinars for you. So that's just a little bit about us.
Well, also, I would add that you have a PhD in persuasive rhetoric, which means I never win an argument.
Well, yes, you do, and you win with two words that come out of my mouth. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. Okay. So today's topic, I'm actually going to let you, Kristen, talk about, just announce today's topic, because you are the one who came up with it and came up and did all the research and all the work. I was actually at a conference for the last 4 days learning all kinds of cool other stuff about sales and membership sites and all kinds of different things. But Kristen, at the same time, was working on this presentation, and she has done a lot of research. So I'm going to let you take over from here.
Great, thanks. So not just a lot of research, but I have a lot of practice in this as well, because I've been doing it for a while now, and I really enjoy it. But today's topic is how one simple trick can help spread your message on Facebook, Pinterest, and more. So again, kind of following a theme that we had 2 weeks ago about social media and how to use this simple trick to spread your message on social media platforms. And so, as always, we have a sponsor for our show today, which is the communication leader photo quote Genie. Brand new, hot off the press. We're very thrilled to introduce it to you during tonight's call, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But in the meantime, our promise to you is that we will deliver information about the latest tools and strategy. We will give you our absolutely very best effort in our research and our deliverables, and we will promise you an opportunity to see ethical and inexpensive ways. We're big on ethical and we're big on inexpensive ways to attract visitors to your page, whatever your page is, your website, your social media platform, wherever you are online, and turn those people into star-graving fans, because we all need star-graving fans in order to be successful in our business. So as entrepreneurs, as speakers, authors, and I will add coaches to that list, because all three of those business models really fit together like hand in glove. Are we ready to get started? Are you guys ready? If you're ready, type a little note in the box. You're ready. Green light, thumbs up. Let's go forward. And we will do just that. What if people actually read your social media posts? What if people engaged with them more frequently? What if people shared them with their friends and family? What if people you didn't even know started liking your pages, buying your books, calling you for speaking gigs and coaching sessions? Oh, that's the dream. I would love that. Wouldn't that be amazing? Did you know images tell stories? Emotions rule. Emotions are one of the key attention grabbers in marketing today. In fact, people remember only about 20% of what they read, but they remember images. They remember stories told by images. Did you know that Facebook photo posts get 39% more interaction, 53% more likes, 104% more comments, wow, that's amazing, and 84% more click-throughs. Wow, love that. Did you also know that articles with images, we hear a wind tunnel. Lawrence, just letting you know, sounds like you just got hit with a big wind blast out there.
Okay. well, I'm glad you told me that. So I'm actually sitting here right next to the window looking out at the beautiful view. But,
oh, I'm so jealous.
But I will close the window so that we don't get that noise recording. So.
Okay, but I went off topic a little bit there. Sorry, everybody. So did you know that articles with images get 94% more total views? Did you also know that including a photo in a press release increases views by over 45%? And then finally, did you know that 60% of consumers are more likely to consider or contact a business when an image shows up in local search results? 60%. These are pretty impressive numbers, which really drive home the value of photos in our marketing efforts. And so pictures, photos, I sort of use those words interchangeably throughout our time together tonight. But when we talk about pictures, this includes photographs, but it also includes charts and graphs, as well as drawings or sketches, as well as clip art and cartoons. Pictures also include illustrations. They also include logos, icons, and infographics. So when we talk about pictures for marketing purposes, and I just read a bunch of really great statistics to you about the effectiveness of pictures in our efforts, keep in mind pictures include a wide range of definitions. But they also include photo quotes. And so I want to spend our time today talking about photo quotes because photo quotes build credibility and can elicit a response. And as an author, a speaker, and a coach, one of the ways that we get customers, one of the ways we increase our install base of clients, one of the ways we get new business is by helping people get to know us, like us, and trust us. And that's where credibility comes into play. Photo quotes can help us get people to know us, like us, and trust us. And once they know us, like us, and trust us, then we can use the imagery to tell a story, and we can elicit a response. And by response, what I mean is get them to respond to a call to action. Click on a button to go buy. Click on a button to download. Give their email address as part of an opt-in. Have them share a post with their friends. This is what even enables posts to go viral, really. I mean, when a photo quote builds credibility and people know, like, and trust us, and when it elicits a response, your engagement goes way up, and that includes viral activity, which is really great. So I think we've all seen some photo quotes, and I know that if you look at Facebook or you look at Pinterest, Instagram, those social media platforms are very conducive to photo quotes, and photo quotes do very well there. But you can also use photo quotes on your website. So I would say photo quotes are not only for social media platforms, but also for your website, for your marketing collateral, for online and offline print collateral, if you will, and we'll talk about that a little bit more shortly here. So let's look at some real examples. These are some really great examples of photo quotes, and they're probably the most simple in their form. It's just a simple background with a quote on it. So I made these, one for Lawrence and one for myself. And again, very simple, easy to do. There are a number of great free photo quote creation tools that I'm going to show you in just a minute here. Another photo quote that is a step up, I would say, is a photo quote resource or software tool that has some photographs already in it, some stock photography, and you just type in the quote. And so these are some very simple examples: clean backgrounds, clean lines, and a way to put your message on the photo. And then there's some more extravagant ones, or sophisticated photo quotes, if you will, where you're actually importing real pictures. So this is a great picture that our daughter took with her underwater camera when we were in Maui last summer. We were visiting Hat Rock off the coast there. And so I asked for her permission, of course, to use this photo, and she said, well, of course. Of course, she said it would cost me, too, so we're still negotiating that. She's an entrepreneur in the making.
She's a negotiator for sure.
I know, that's so funny. But this is a photo quote that we use from one of our own photos. This is another great example, and this is a picture I took of a really small little purple flower in some fields out in the back of our property with my camera and my zoom lens, but very elegant looking. Now, this is a photo quote I took. I did not take these pictures, just so everyone's clear, but I did buy them with my license to an online stock photography network that we have access to, and so this is an example of a photo quote that I created. And then here's one that I created using an actual review from my most recent book, and I just took a quote from the review. That's a great way to use a photo quote, and put a picture of my book there, and then made a little comment that's available on Amazon.com. Another creative way to use a photo quote. So let's talk for a minute about where to get pictures, because this tends to throw people off the most. I think people sort of get stumped in creating their own photo quotes because they're not really sure where to get pictures. So I would suggest if you have Microsoft software, then you are able to use Microsoft Clip Art or their Microsoft Photo Gallery, I think is what they call it. And I suggest you use that. So as a Microsoft licensee, you have access to their photo gallery. And I'll tell you that you should read their terms and conditions very carefully. You can use their photos, imaging, clip art, whatever they have in their gallery, on any product that you do not sell. So you can use it for marketing deliverables, you can use it for photo quotes to spread your message, you can use it to draw traffic to your website, but you can't use it in a package or a product that you're going to sell. They don't let you do that, but you can use their clip art. Also, public domain images are free and they are license free, so you can use them for anything. And by public domain images, I mean images that are government created or government owned. There are a number of websites out there that specialize in public domain images, so if you're looking, you can search in Google for public domain images and find some websites there. Those are available for free, and you can use those however you want to. And you can even use those in products that you're going to package and sell. Did you have a comment?
Yes. Also, we're actually going to do, throughout the next few months, we'll have many, many other topics that we'll be covering. But one of the topics we'll be covering is using not just public domain images, but public domain information, text, chart graphs and statistics and even whole paragraphs worth of stuff. And we're going to be teaching you about what that means, public domain. So basically what it means, it's free. And one of the ways that Kristen just mentioned is if it's owned by the United States government, if it's published on a government website or a government brochure or something, guess who paid for that?
We did.
Yes, with our tax dollars,
Taxpayers, right?
So until somebody closes that loophole, some senator or congressman decides that we can't do that anymore. In the meantime, those are free for us to use because we actually paid for them. And another way is to find them is old stuff. So if you find an old book from, and we're not going to go into that too much right now, but if it's over a certain number of years old, then the copyright has expired, and you can go and take pictures and things from old books and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to mention that. And we'll be covering more about that in some upcoming episodes.
Yep, that's great. Also, I wanted to share with you a number of different websites here where they have free stock photos. And so we actually are members of stockphotosforfree.com, and you go in and you create an account, but they don't charge you for it. They don't even ask for your credit card to do that, and then you can use the photos they have available. And so take a few minutes and write some of this down if you want to, and then we'll also make a replay of this webinar available for a limited time, I believe, so you can take a look at some more of that there. But what's really nice about free photo stocks is that you can use those stock images, again, checking out the licensing agreement, but for marketing collateral, for social media marketing, for helping to draw traffic to your website, things like that. And a lot of the photography is very good, very excellent, so I highly recommend registering for a couple of these. But I also suggest that you make it a general rule of thumb, keep it in the back of your mind that generally speaking, every image you find online is copyrighted. That's an assumption I would make. Unless you can verify that it's a public domain image, or unless you have checked out the licensing agreement very carefully with the free stock photo websites, assume that every image you find online is copyrighted. That's a really good rule of thumb to just keep yourself legally safe and out of the way of any disputes. And so, anytime a company has images out there, you can't just go to Google and find a picture that you really like and then copy and use it. In most cases, you're violating a copyright law or a licensing, and if it's found later down the road, that company might come back after you for some penalties and some fees. And I've heard horror stories from people about that happening, and I've heard that the fees and penalties have been exorbitant, especially if those photos are used in a product like a coaching service or in a book or in a speaking product maybe you're packaging a speaking product and selling it at the back of the table at your gigs, if those do really well and they're using images that are copyrighted, they can attack a fee based on your revenue. So you want to be very careful about how you're using your photos, which is why I like to encourage people to take your own pictures. And in today's world, my gosh, that's so easy to do. Cameras today, even inexpensive digital cameras today, put out really good pictures. And so do some of the phones out there. Our daughter's phone, her camera takes really good pictures that's built into her phone. So I'm a big fan of take your own. And I would say get in the habit of having your camera with you all the time and just start taking pictures, because you never know when you see something and you think, oh my gosh, that would make a great photo quote. And thank goodness I have my camera, because then you can just take the picture and snap and you're on your way. So take your own picture. It's not extremely challenging to do. This isn't rocket science. Taking pictures is not rocket science. And so I encourage you to do that and start just getting comfortable taking pictures, and then look at your surroundings around you with this eye for creative possibility with a photo quote. Are you convinced? Does this sound like just a really great way to get your message out there, to be heard, to elicit a response? Oh my gosh, let me tell you more.
Tell us more. We want to know more.
I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh, this is so great. So I want you to create your own photo quotes. So I have a number of resources that are available, and these are free. So BeHappy.me generator is a very simple, very easy photo quote creator. We'll take a quick look at that. Quotesio.com, some of you have heard of it. It's very popular. Once you're familiar with Quotesio.com, you'll start to recognize some of the images in their stock that other people are using, but a really great resource. Quoteforfun.com /quote generator is also very easy to use, and these are all free. I'm a big fan of inexpensive, and you can't get more inexpensive than free. And then recitethis.com is another really great one. And then PowerPoint. And if you're an entrepreneur and you have a computer system and you're running a business using software, you probably have Microsoft's PowerPoint. And so let me know. Type in the chat box if you have PowerPoint, yes or no. If you have it, I'm going to show you how amazing PowerPoint is in creating really fast photo quotes. You're going to love it. And then I also wanted to give you this little reference here to picresize.com, which is a really great online tool for resizing pictures. So if you're taking pictures and you have a high resolution, fancy digital camera, your resolution of those pictures and the image size is going to be a lot more than what's needed on social media platforms. But you can upload that image to this picresize.com website, and I tried it out earlier this week, and it's very easy to use, and then you can resize it to a more manageable level. And so about 800 by 600 resolution is preferred. Again, that's 800 by 600 resolution is preferred, and that will give you a really nice size. So let me just take a few minutes to take a quick look at some of these so you can see what I mean. So this is BeHappy.me generator. And let me just move my little window down. Here we go. And this is for very simple quotes. So I'm going to say one of my products is an online coaching session for women, help them build confidence. So I'm going to put a quote, I am a woman of worth, and you can be one too, as an example.
I can?
And
I want to be a woman of worth.
Well, okay, be careful there.
Okay.
Be careful what you wish for.
All right, never mind.
So you can see in the box on the right here, it typed it in for me, right? Can you see that, Lawrence?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Well, now I can change the font. Step 2 down here has a collection of fonts, and all I have to do is click on the one they want, and it automatically shows me what it looks like. So if I clicked on Old School, for example, that's what Old School would look like. If I clicked on Quirky, then that's a little more fun. And Smile is, I think, the one we started with. So there's a couple of different fonts you can use. Now, the other thing that's great is I can easily change the color background. Look at all these colors I can choose. So I can choose kind of this blue color, or I can pick on the purple next to it and choose purple. I'm not a fan of red. I would say if you're doing a photo quote, don't use a red background because the text against a red background doesn't always come across very clear. And for some reason, there's some distortion with photo quotes. So I would say avoid red. But otherwise, there's some great options. And the other thing that's kind of neat is you can add these little images. So if I wanted to just add a couple of fun little images under my quote, I'm sending a little message. And I think I'm going to pick a diamond because diamonds are valuable, and if I'm a woman of worth, then I must be valuable too. And my heart is singing of my worth. How's that? Heart, music, diamond. My heart is singing of my worth and value. Love that. Anyways, this is really easy. And then you can just click this little red button, download the image, and save it to your hard drive. And you can upload it to Facebook. You can upload it to Pinterest. You can use it on your website. You can use it in your offline marketing collateral as well. Super easy.
Okay, and
Let's
I would like
a quick look.
Yeah, can I just add one thing?
Go ahead.
Real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when Kristen was doing these, putting in those little images, she was actually just kind of creating that on the fly, and she actually just made that up, which says something about her creativity, right? Okay, so she is a very creative person. She's an artist. She's a photographer. She's a songwriter. She's a webinar host. She's an author. I mean, she's just amazing. I'm just, lucky to be. Blessed, I would say blessed to be married to her. But the point that I was trying to make, I just can't help. Now I'm going to have to buy you a diamond to keep your heart. Yes. How about that? I'm using those three images. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Seriously though, the point that I wanted to make here is that there is a psychological persuasive reason to use the images. Okay, so now on the one hand, you want to kind of dress up your picture a little bit, and it is more fun and interesting just to have a couple of little images along with the text, but those images speak to us. They speak to the part of our brain and our heart that is the emotions. And so when people see the heart, when they see the music, when they see the diamond, that usually makes people happy. It makes people feel, music. People love music. People, a heart, and it just feel good, feel like being in love, and like they are loved, like they are a woman of worth, whatever, right? So when you do pick those images, two things. You want to choose the image that goes along with your quote. Don't just pick any image that's there, because you want it to represent the words also. But the second thing is there's something in us psychologically where we visually understand messages sometimes, but even better sometimes through an image than through a word, depending on our personality type. And that's another thing that we'll talk about on one of our other episodes. But I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, and actually that goes back to the statistics that I read earlier, right?
Yes.
Where images tell stories, and people relate to stories. And so that's exactly what you're referring to. In fact, I was going to touch on that again. Here's another website, so quoteseo.com. Love this. I'm going to just enter the same quote. I am a woman of worth, and you can be one too. Stop. Okay. And then I'm going to put my name on it. Now, let me just share with you people out there that photo quotes are they're just great tools to use in marketing. And I've seen a lot of photo quotes where people are kind of in the habit of quoting dead poets, right? Dead famous people.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot of living famous people who also speak some great truths, including you. And so I would say quote yourself. Get in the habit of quoting yourself. If we're in the practice of building credibility and helping people get to know, like, and trust us, it is absolutely okay to quote ourselves. So if you're not in the habit of doing that already, get in the habit, quote yourself. The other reason why you want to quote yourself is because there's no telling where your photos are going to go. But if you're in business and you're creating photo quotes to drive traffic to your website or to get people to respond to a call to action, you want to make sure they know where they need to go or who said it. And so make sure to put your name and or your website even. And I'll show you some, well, I think I showed you some examples earlier where I had my name, I had Lawrence's name, or I had a website in there. So make sure that you do that. In fact, I could even do, let's see, I could do the, well, this would be this other one. Becoming a woman, oh, I can't spell tonight. Becoming a woman of worth.com. There, you see that. Now, once I have my quote, I'm going to click the little go button down here, and then it's going to pull up a number of stock images for me to choose from. And so this is really great because you can see a small thumbnail of them, and the fonts are already selected. So I don't have the flexibility in choosing a different font with a different picture, but you can see how interesting my one quote might look depending upon which of their stock templates I want to use. And so some of these you might say, oh, I've seen that picture. This is a really popular image. I've seen this a lot on Facebook, and now you know exactly where it came from. It came from right here. So this is a really great tool. And then once you make your quote, you just download it, save it to your hard drive, and use it and upload it when you're ready. Just fantastic. There's a number of different options to choose from in terms of backgrounds, in terms of color, in terms of font, and then in terms of picture also. So let's see, here's a popular one. Some of you have probably seen this one on a Facebook post. It's kind of the shaded, froggy trees in the background. Oh, Lawrence, I'm hearing a lot of static in the back there. Lawrence, hearing a lot of static in the back.
Okay,
there?
sorry. Yes, sorry about that.
Okay. So anyways, this is a great tool. And then let me show you this one real quick. I just discovered this one this week, and I created 10 quotes in about 20 minutes because it was really easy to work with. So this is Quote for Fun, and quoteforfun.com, quote generator. And I'm going to just type in the same, I am a woman of worth. Oh, spell worth, and you can be one. And then you can see it kind of shows up in this bright box to the right. I'm going to center it. Let's see. It's not refreshing right now. I think the internet is being taxed.
You might need to highlight the
background
text
color
first.
for my quote. I think it's the internet. I didn't have a problem with it the other day. When I used it, it was great.
Okay.
And I could choose my font. There's a number of options. Here we go. Choose my font. And I can, it doesn't like the center button for some reason. And I can choose the size. Look at that. I can make it really large. If I go that big, then I need to come up here and do that. And then I can move this. And then I can click on a picture down here, and it will put a picture up there for me. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Make that a little bit smaller. Am I running off the, nope, okay, and look at that. So they're a lot more limited in terms of their clip art, not a whole lot. There's some random ones, and they have a number of silhouettes. The memes I'm not a fan of, but just because they don't really fit my business style or my brand. You have some vintage ones. Look at that. I could delete the girl. You can let me delete the girl, and I could put a crown. There we go. Now you can have to treat me like royalty. I'm so valuable. I'm such a woman of worth. You have to treat me like royalty, Lawrence. Isn't that cool? So I can make some really fun kind of clip art, and I can change the background very easily just with a click of a button. So I wanted to show you that as well. But also, I really wanted to take a minute to share with you PowerPoint. And so if you have PowerPoint, pay attention because you're going to love this. So what I'm going to do is start with a blank slide, and I'm going to insert a picture. And I'm going to use one of my own pictures because I'm a big fan of using my own pictures. It fits my brand and my style. And so now you get to see my complicated folder directory. Here we go. And photograph gallery, here we are, because I have a ton of pictures. And I think I'm going to choose a picture of a bird because I like birds and I have a ton of birds. So, My feathered friends, they're misreaders. They're like, okay, dude, where's your wife? She's the one who feeds us up here. Yes. They miss me terribly. I can hear them calling me, come back, come back. So, okay, this should not be that. Okay, I'm going to pick this one just because it's different, but I really like the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch it to fit my slide. So all I did was just stretch it to fit my slide. And then I can enter a text box. And I'm going to type your very special quote here. And then I'm going to type your name and your website, because I think you're all getting tired of being women of worth. Especially for
and
men out there.
I'm not allowed to be one.
Yeah, you better think twice about that then. No. And then I'm going to choose a font that I really like, and I'm going to make my quote here really big. And I'm going to put it off to the side here, and I'm going to help it wrap a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? And I might even put my name down below the feather. So this is, you know, envision a very special message here. This would be your photo quote with your own pictures that you've taken, or pictures that your daughter has taken that you've negotiated a small fee for. And then, I'm going to save this as other formats. Down here, other format. I'm going to save this as other formats. And then I'm going to pick the folder I want to save it in. So let me go to where my pictures are so I can find it easily. Good night. And I think I'll just put it right here. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG because that's the file format I need to upload images. So I'm going to save it as webinar test, and hopefully I can find it in a few minutes. And then I'm just going to save it. And I can do multiple slides at one time, and I can save every slide. It will save every slide as its own separate JPEG. That is what's so cool. So if I have 20 pictures and I have 20 quotes in mind, I could sit down at my table here, and I could create 20 slides in about 45 minutes, 30 minutes depending, and then I can save every slide. Or I can just save the one slide. And it will save it in the JPEG format. So now if I open up my folder and I go find it, here we go. I think I put it somewhere. Photograph gallery should be right. Didn't I save it in the photograph gallery?
I don't remember, sorry.
Oh, I didn't.
You're going really fast.
I don't remember I saved it. Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. But
anyway, when I save it, it will save to an image that looks just like this. And then I can upload that image. Once I find it, I don't have to crop it. I don't have to resize it if I don't want to. I don't have to do anything. It's done. Saved as JPEG. How awesome is that? PowerPoint. Great way to create your own photo quote with your own images. And so that way you can control your branding a little bit more and make sure that you've got images and quote styles, font styles, and coloring that fit your color scheme, your logo, your branding, your theme, etc. So that's just very cool. I love Photoshop for doing that. So I just wanted to share that with you real quick. So create your own. These are the tools that are available. Go play. Go have fun. This is the fun part of being an entrepreneur, I think. I like to just sit down. I could spend an hour on a Saturday morning. If I have an hour free, I could get a cup of coffee with my favorite flavor of ice cream, a scoop of ice cream, because I love ice cream in my coffee. And I could sit here and create quotes and pump out about 40 of them in an hour and have enough quotes for my social media strategy or for my online or offline marketing content to last me quite a while. So take advantage of the visual culture. And we talked earlier about how visual we are as human beings and how we respond to pictures. Use images, even photo quotes. Use images in press releases, in all of your marketing collateral, so flyers, postcards, brochures, business cards. Use them on your web pages. Use them on Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram and your social media posts. And even event invitations, newsletters, blogs. Create one and use it on everything. You know, we talk a lot about time being a limited resource, and so one way we can do ourselves a favor is to repurpose our own content. And one way to repurpose a photo quote is to use it in all these really great places. And then Lawrence mentioned earlier the importance of choosing relevant images and matching your text accordingly. This is so critical. It's the influence piece of our effort here. It is how we elicit a response. It's making sure that if we have an image, our message matches the image. If we have a message that is a little soft or a little thought-provoking or a little sensitive, we don't want to have a really edgy image on it. It will contrast and the message won't be received. So you want to have a soft image with a soft message, an exciting or edgy image with an exciting or bold or edgy statement, right, your quote. So make sure that you're thinking through that. Be thoughtful and intentional about how you're putting together your quotes. And then use images. When you create your images and you're using them, use search engine optimized captions and meta tags for online pictures. And for those of you who don't know what that means, you're in luck, because we'll talk about that in a future webinar. And for those of you who do know what that means, this is a reminder to make sure to use those. Now, if you have a webmaster that you outsource a lot of your assistance to, if you're outsourcing to a VA, a virtual assistant, or to a webmaster, make sure that person is doing this. Make sure that person is using search-optimized captions and meta tags for your pictures, because pictures will help increase your ranking in the search engines on your websites. Very important. And then apply photo quote creation techniques like we just did to photo ads. Now, what do I mean by a photo ad? Well, let me show you. This is an ad I created for a giveaway that I'm going to launch in a couple weeks here, and I want them to enter to win. And here's a quick description of what they're going to win. It's part of my Developing Greater Confidence Coach, and it's got a $39 value. And I'm going to use this on my social media platforms and attach my URL link to it where they can go and win. So this is a call to action. I want to elicit a response. I want them to take advantage and participate in my giveaway because I'm going to engage with them. Really important. Here's another example. I took this picture here I didn't take, but I have the license to because it's one of the photos in the stock photography website that I'm registered with. And this is a picture I actually took. And so here it's the same ad, just laid out very differently, has a total different look and feel. So just some interesting ways. If you're going to get in the habit of creating photo quotes, take that another step and create photo ads. So again, use photo quotes to build credibility and elicit a response. This is really what it's all for. And as promised, I just want to share with you a word from today's sponsor. Today, we are launching our new product. It's called the Communication Leader Photo Quote Genie. It's awesome. It includes 72 photos that Lawrence and I have taken over the years. We've become quite adept at our own photography. So it's photos we've taken, and we're actually selling a license to them. And the photos span across a number of categories. There's animals, florals, landscapes, sunsets and sunrises, and a few miscellaneous ones. So we tried to make a wide and diverse range for all kinds of messaging. And so we're selling the license to use these photos. And included with the photos is a copy of this webinar in a video format. So you can watch it again as many times as you want to. We're going to show the replay for a limited time. I think 3 days is all. After that, it's coming down. So if you're interested in taking the next step and you want to wrap your head around photo quotes and drive traffic to your website and build your credibility and elicit a response, we're going to provide you with 72 pictures to do that, photos to do that, including the video. And I know, this is crazy. We're going to have all of this available to you for only $7.
I know, that's nuts.
That is just nuts. Yeah. 72 photos for only $7, but we couldn't make it any easier than that. And so here is the website. And oops, let's see if I can. I wonder, can I copy and paste this into the chat box?
You can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me do that. So while you're there, you can click the link. Let's see. It's not letting me go to everybody who's on the line, so I don't know if you can do it.
It's there. It's there.
I think.
I got it.
It is? Yeah, but you're a panelist. You might need to copy and paste it.
So I'll copy it and send it to everybody. There we go.
Awesome. So here's the link. $7, you get a copy of this replay to have for as long as you'd like, and 72 pictures to help you get started on your photo quote journey. So I hope you take advantage of it, because this is a steal. And this kind of deal doesn't come along very often. And we have made a commitment that every episode, every Monday night that you join us, same that channel, same that time, we're going to offer you something of value. And so that value is going to be some sort of a program, some sort of a course, some sort of a tool, some sort of teaching that will help you propel your business forward in great strides. And they're going to vary in prices. Some of them could be as high as $200. Some of them could be as low as $7, as you can see is the case right here. So take advantage. Go now. Click on this link. Sign up for your $7 package. And the video is still in creation. This is the video that you're getting right now. And so we're finalizing it. It will be finalized and uploaded within a day or two. And then you can have immediate access to the pictures. I don't think it gets any better than that, Lawrence.
And yes, and if you look at, actually, you can go to some of those free websites, free images, but a lot of them, they allow you to use their images for Facebook or social media, as long as you're not trying to make money from it, right?
Yes.
But a lot of them will also, there are a lot of other sites that have different qualities of pictures, and they will charge you $7, $15 up. I mean, sometimes even
more.
For a
picture.
Yeah, just for one picture.
Yeah.
If you want to use it, let's say if you wanted to use it on your company brochure or something like that, and we're including, it's almost 80, or I think she said 72, but there's really, I think, around 80 or something like that, pictures in this package. And those pictures are all really high quality pictures too. They're not They're not cheesy. They're not low quality, low resolution. They're really high quality pictures, and they're original artistic pictures that have been taken by Kristen. Most of them. I took maybe a few of them, but most of them are taken by her. And she is an award-winning artist and photographer, and she even has a book that has a whole bunch of her butterfly pictures in it. And so anyway, you're getting some high-quality pictures there for, I mean, nothing, basically. Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Exactly right. So awesome. Gosh, this time always flies by for me, but I think that's because I probably do all the talking. So I hope it was a great time for everybody. Type in a note if you enjoyed our time together, if you thought this was helpful, if you thought it was fun, valuable, and we will start working on our topic for next week.
Great. Well, great job tonight, Kristen. I think you did a really good job explaining, and I actually did not know about the I knew about some of the other sites, the Quozio, but I did not know that trick with Photoshop. I'm sorry, not Photoshop, with PowerPoint. So I'm going to try that myself. I think tonight as I'm sitting here in the cabin.
Taking the beautiful sunset pictures.
Yeah, I'll take some nice sunset pictures and then put them on Facebook. So if you're my Facebook friend, look at Facebook tomorrow, and you might see a couple of quotations on there that I did with PowerPoint, because I learned how to do it tonight. Yeah.
Post them on the Communication Leader. So visit our Facebook page at the Communication Leader. Mm-hmm. Post on there, because then I'm going to comment. I want to see how they're looking. And for you who joined us tonight, do the same. Give it a try, and put a post out there and say, hey, just tried my hand at my first photo quote. What do you guys think? And I will take a look and give you a comment and give you an atta boy or girl for playing along. That's awesome.
Great idea. Yeah, and if you do that, tag us or go ahead and share that on our page too, and we'd love to see your pictures. So yeah,
that's right.
Cool. All righty. Well, great job. And thank you all for being here today, and we appreciate you tuning in, and we hope we bring you some great value each week with our free webinars. So I guess that's pretty good value for free. So you can't ask for your money back on that. but
That's great.
yeah, and thank you, Kristen, for doing all the research and for putting this presentation together. You did a great job today.
Well, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay, well, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Okay, bye-bye.